Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 9th to the 15th. Pick a comfy spot, grab a warm drink, and let's see what Spirit has to say. This week, we're going to be doing a simple past, present, future, and advice reading. And then, as usual, we will take a look at our self-care card and our affirmation card for the week at the end. So let's dive right in. So past, present, future, and advice for Taurus, please. Past, present, future, and advice. Ooh, very interesting. Okay. So we start off the reading with the card in the past position, which is generosity. So in the past, I think that something changed, and it was due to someone giving you something that you didn't have before. Now, this doesn't have to be money. Maybe you did get an inheritance or something in the recent past that kind of changed your trajectory a bit. But this doesn't have to be money. Let's pull some tarot on this. Okay, 7 of Swords, the World, and the 4 of Swords. Okay. So that message about the inheritance, that is for a few people. But for most of you, this thing that this person gave you was an experience. And I think that experience seemed negative because the 7 of Swords is here. So I think that in the recent past here, you guys have been through something with someone who is not a very nice person, who goes out of their way to do things to harm other people in some type of way. But with the World and the 4 of Swords, you're over it. You've already decided that person or place or thing or whatever this experience was, that you've already decided that you've learned your lessons and that you're moving on. You're not going to allow anything like that to happen in your life again. So this has already happened. This is the recent past. So absolutely good for you. And at this point, yeah, you've already started the rest period that comes after a major cycle ends. So this is already well on its way. So absolutely good for you, because the 7 of Swords is not an easy energy to get away from. And it's funny because I understand that it may not make sense to a lot of people, where it's like generosity, you were given something and it was the 7 of Swords. But what people don't realize is that by having negative experiences, we grow and develop in ways that could have never been possible without those experiences. And really, that is what we come to this life to do. So even though these experiences and these people and these jobs and these, events that seem negative at the time, even though, yeah, they seem negative, at the end of the day, they are really something to truly be grateful for, because we get to grow and develop in ways that would not have been possible had we not been through these things. But I can see here that this is the past. So you've already experienced whatever negative thing that was, and you've already moved on. You've already, started a new cycle, and you've already have been in your resting period for a while now. So good for you. Learning life lessons. Okay, in the present here, yeah, you have flow. So that is absolutely where you're at. You're just going with the flow right now. Seeing what happens. You're better though. You're like you 2.0 at this point because you've already kind of been through whatever this is. Oh yeah, absolutely. 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and 3 of Swords. So you're just in the flow of life right now. You're doing what's best for you. You're trying to make good decisions for yourself and the people around you that you may be responsible for. Maybe you have kids. Like I said with the 7 of Swords, that these negative experiences are something we should be grateful for at the end of the day, because they give us the gift of clarity and knowledge and wisdom and, experience. I can see here in the present, even though you're going with the flow, you're doing your own thing, 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, you do carry that. You still carry that in your heart. So I don't want to look too far ahead here, but I'm going to say that one of the messages that's coming through with the right now, with the present, is we don't have to forget. You don't want to forget all the things that you've been through in your life, but make sure that once something is over, that you set the bag down. You don't have to leave the memory behind, but take off the bag, set it down, leave it there in the past where it belongs. You don't have to carry the heavy feelings anymore. Once you accept something, forgive, whoever you need to forgive, and move on, you don't have to carry the weight of those emotions anymore. So make sure right now that while you're in the flow of things, you're doing your thing. I can see that you're working hard to be independent, and not just financially, but, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all of it. Make sure you're setting down that bag and leaving it in the past where it belongs, okay? Because we don't need to bring that bag with us to where we're going. We don't need it. So in the future here, you have a beautiful card. You have Butterfly Spirit, which is the transformation card. So I think that all of this has been leading up to some kind of absolutely beautiful transformation. Oh yes, 3 of Wands, the Hierophant, and the 2 of Wands. Okay. In the future here, I think there's a few things coming through here. One, everything that you've been through and are, moving on from right now has really, and is going to in the future, really give you a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge about how to move on, how to let go, how to accept, how to forgive. And I think in the future here, not only has this transformed your life, but you will get to a place where you're able to use that knowledge to help transform other people's lives. And this doesn't have to be on a grand scale. Helping, there's a saying, a beautiful saying. It's one of my favorites. If you want to change the world, go home and love your family. And that is absolutely true. So for some of you, it could be on a larger scale. You could share your message with, YouTube, people, whatever, social media. But I think for a lot of you, this is more helping the people who are closest to you, which is really honestly the most important thing that we can do with our knowledge and wisdom, is to pass it on to the people that we love so that they can, make it further along in their journey as well without getting caught up and wasting too much time on, things that we may have. So like not repeating the cycle, right? You're a lot kinder to yourself in the future. I think that one of the things that's coming through is that sometimes you feel a lack of self-confidence or being worthy because of the mistakes that you've made in the past, the people you've chose to bring into your life, the jobs you've chosen to do, whatever this situation is for you. I can see that sometimes you beat yourself up about not making better choices, but I'm here to tell you, like, this is why we're here. This is exactly why we're here, is to experience all these things. So really none of these were mistakes. None of them were mistakes. Every single thing that you do or that happens to you in your life brings you to the person and that you are, or that you're meant to be, and it brings you to where you are today. So that's honestly something to be grateful for. Please don't beat yourself up about any decisions you made in your past. We're all here to learn and grow. That's exactly why we're here. So huge, huge, huge transformation in the future here. And I think that that's going to trickle out into the people around you. So the people that love you most, the people you love most, it's going to bleed out into all areas of your life. And honestly, that is the most beautiful thing about this reading so far, is that you get to not only accept this and grow from this and move on, but you get to share that knowledge with the people around you, which is absolutely beautiful. So your advice is the Strength card, which is absolutely fitting. 3 of Cups, Justice, and the Chariot. So your advice is obviously be strong. Pay attention with the 3 of Cups to the people around you, your inner circle. That's what matters the most, okay? So one big piece of advice here with the Justice card is that sometimes we don't get to see the ending to someone else's story, or sometimes we don't get to see, if or how someone receives karma. And Spirit's really asking you to accept that. So if this situation for you is a relationship, so a person that was abusive or narcissistic or toxic, and you stayed with them too long and now you're moving on, if that's the situation for you, Spirit wants you to know that sometimes you don't get to see karma. And it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. It's just we have to accept that A, it may not happen, and B, it may not happen the way that we would like to see it happen. And then C, we don't always get to see it. And you really have to accept that, because getting to a place where you don't even wish karma on your enemies is really the place we're trying to get to, right? Because even if you have moved on and whatever, if you're still wishing, bad upon people from your past, it's really not good karma for you. And it really shows the universe that you did not learn every lesson that this experience had to offer. So if you can really get to a place where it's like, what's that saying? I think it's from the Bible or something, like love thy enemies. That's what Spirit is asking you to do. That's part of your advice. So just really releasing anything to do with this person, place, or thing in the past, wishing them well, and moving on, focusing on yourself, your journey, and the people around you in your inner circle. That is how you're going to fully move on to this transformation energy in the future. And honestly, I get nothing but amazing, peaceful to the core, like such peace and contentment here in the future, which is just really beautiful energy. Really, really beautiful energy. Because what else could you ever want other than peace? Having peace and contentment in your life, right? So that was beautiful. I loved that reading. Okay, so before we go, we are going to pull a self-care card and an affirmation card for you this week. The self-care card is something you can do this week to show yourself a little bit of love. So self-care for Taurus, please. Self-care for Taurus, please. There you go, family. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. I love how that came out. Yes, Spirit is telling you, you focus on you and the people that are your family, whether that's blood or not blood, doesn't matter. Your soul family. You really focus on them, because passing on love and grace and kindness and wisdom and knowledge is, I think, the best, most meaningful type of life you can have here on earth. If you can pass on something positive to the next generation or to the people around you, I think you've made it. Like, you've completed your life mission. I really do feel that way. So this week, spend some extra time with your family if you can. Do something small and nice for somebody that you consider family. Like, make them a hot chocolate they didn't ask for, or I don't know, ask them if they'd like to, spend some time watching a movie or whatever it is. Doesn't have to be big or expensive or whatever. Just spend some time with your family this week, okay? That was beautiful. I love that. And then very last card before we head out today is going to be your affirmation card. So affirmation for Taurus, please. Affirmation for Taurus. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And then your affirmation is, energy flows where my intention goes. This is absolutely true. So whatever cup you're pouring into is the cup that's going to overflow and pour back into yours, right? So, really focusing on positive things that enrich our lives and not focusing on anything, from the past. Like I said, we're putting that bag down from the past. We're moving on, we're filling our own cup, filling the cups of the people we love most. That's absolutely beautiful. So one more time before we go, your affirmation for this week is, energy flows where my intention goes. Beautiful. Okay, Taurus, that's what I have for you today. I hope this reading has been insightful. Until next time, remember, you are smart, kind, beautiful, and brave. Bye, my friend.